Hello and welcome back to another in-depth video. Today we are talking about Winter Storm Garrett, which has just been named by the Weather Channel and will be producing snow from the Pacific Northwest down into the Tennessee River Valley and up into the Northeast, and could bring the Northeast their first measurable snow of the season. So let's get right on into it, starting off with the article. We actually have a full article this time from the Weather Channel. So we have another winter storm could snarl travel again from the south to the mid-Atlantic and northeast. And at a glance, a fast-moving weather system will dump snow in parts of the south and northeast Thursday into Friday. It will blanket areas from Kentucky and Tennessee to the Appalachians with snow on Thursday. It will then bring snow to the northeast from Virginia to New England Thursday night into Friday, and this could lead to challenging travel in parts of the south Thursday and the northeast on Friday. So current weather alerts we'll look at in a second, but forecast timing, this is what I like to look at. Thursday's forecast looks like most of the snow is going to be in Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia, but some areas such as southern Ohio and Indiana, Illinois, parts of Missouri, and Arkansas could see some snow as well. A lot of ice and freezing rain, as well as some sleet in areas such as northern Mississippi, Alabama, eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, and parts of Virginia. Then, on Thursday night, this storm starts to move into the northeast, with snow encompassing areas such as Washington, Boston, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. Washington, Baltimore, not Boston. Then we also have some mix in areas such as Richmond. As this storm continues to move up the coast on Friday, we will continue to see snow in parts of the northeast, especially New England, such as areas like New York, Boston, and into Maine. Snow, this is the Weather Channel's forecast, and my latest model guidance does differ from this just a little bit, as the Weather Channel is using a more outdated model run. So that is the very basics. Let's go into the details. So the current winter weather advisories, warnings, and watches shows winter storm warnings in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, Nebraska, then into North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia. Then we have winter weather advisories in California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, D.C., Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and that will be extended, most likely, either winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings into the Northeast throughout the next 12 hours. We currently have winter storm watches in areas such as Rhode Island, southern Massachusetts, and eastern Maine, and then we have some winter weather advisories from another system up here in the north, but those don't pertain to this system. So, let's see what this storm looks like. At the moment, it is a low pressure moving down the Rockies, and we were talking about this a couple days ago. I'll link that video in the cards above. But this storm is starting to move into the plains, where it's going to draw up some Gulf moisture, as you can see right here. Then you have snow moving through Kansas City, as well as into St. Louis, but the low pressure drawing up that moisture from the south will be bringing in and clashing with that cold air some ice, some sleet, as well as some snow. So areas such as Memphis, as well as maybe even Birmingham, could see plenty of ice, and then areas such as Nashville could be seeing some pretty hefty snow totals from this system. As well as the storm moves east, we could see some heavy snow in Kentucky, as well as especially in West Virginia and Western Virginia, before this storm moves and starts picking up some Atlantic moisture, and then this is where we see our nor'easter. So the low jumps from the Appalachians out to sea. So this is our Miller B nor'easter, and you can see here that we have some lingering moisture in areas such as New York, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Virginia, Maryland. But then all of this starts to intensify a little bit into areas such as Virginia, Maryland, Delaware. That's where you're going to see most of your heavy snow at this point. This is very early Friday mornings. This is about 1 a.m. And then this storm starts to strengthen as it moves up the coast, and you can see some moderate to heavy snowfall in New Jersey, Delaware, And Maryland, this is right around 3 a.m. And then you can see moving into the early hours of your commute. So 5 a.m., this is now moving into areas such as New York City, Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. So this is right around 6 in the morning. And then throughout the day, you see things start to wrap up into the northern parts of New England. So this is right around, let's call it 9 a.m. And now at this point, worst of the storms in Boston, Portsmouth, Portland, areas like that. And then eventually the storm will move into the Canadian Maritimes and just dump snow on them. But this storm is one of the weirdest systems I have covered, because we have gone back and forth over countless model runs, and we've been showing high snowfall totals, then low snowfall totals. Well, let's take a look at our snowfall totals, and mind this, there could be a update to this in the future, so wait for tomorrow, especially in parts of the I-95 corridor. This is one of the craziest storms to forecast for there, because depending on where the low shifts, right now at the peak of the storm, right, I typically look at right there. So right now we're looking at a 994 of low pressure, well out to sea. So if this storm strengthens, we get more snow in areas such as New York, Philadelphia, Boston, anywhere in between. If this storm moves closer, then you see more snow in areas such as inland Connecticut, as well as parts of western Massachusetts, eastern Pennsylvania. But if it also strengthens too, you could see a complete wash and just total rain for areas such as Boston and southern Connecticut. So there are so many factors here, and it all just depends on where this low pressure system is. But at the moment, if this stays right here and is strong and has that lingering moisture here, we're looking at a decent total. If it gets stronger, more snow, weakens, less snow, moves closer, then we could see, depending on how things work out, either more or less snow, depending on how much moisture is getting drawn up. And then if it moves further away, that's less snow for most of the region. But at the moment, we are looking at, let's just avoid the Pacific Northwest right now. I went into some snow and rain totals, I believe, yesterday. But from the front range of the Rockies, you could see areas there getting up to 100 inches of snow, which is insane. But you move down into Nebraska and Kansas, they're getting a good 3 to 4 inches of snow. Missouri, 1 to 2. Then you move into the main part of the storm, which is in the east, where you could see 6 to 7 inches in Nashville, areas southeast of Louisville, also in that 6-inch range. Most of West Virginia in that 8 to 12-inch range, actually. And then areas such as D.C. getting into that 4-inch range, Baltimore in that 4 to 5-inch range, Philadelphia in that 5 to 6-inch range, New York is in that 4 to 5-inch range, and Boston into that 6 to 7-inch range, as well as southeast Maine could see up to a foot in some spots. And then, of course, southeast Canada will be getting dumped on by the storm, up to 20 inches of snow there. But there are so many inner workings with this system that this could change very quickly. So again, tune in tomorrow and we'll go over my final forecast. But this is, at least as of now, what is getting forecasted. We also have some freezing rain for this storm, especially in parts of the south. So areas near Memphis could see 0.2 of an inch. Areas in southern Tennessee could see up to a 0.5 inch of ice. That will knock down power lines, trees, and just make the roads a complete mess. So watch out for that. That will be very messy in some spots south of Nashville. And Knoxville is right around here too. So some ice in Volunteers territory, the Vols, could be impacted there. So in terms of total precipitation, this is including snow, sleet, freezing rain, all of that. Most of the actual precipitation is going to occur in southeast Canada, but some areas in Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, areas that are getting that general snowfall, 6 to 12, could be seeing just a half an inch of water in general, and then areas of southern New England and southeast Maine could be seeing over a half an inch as well. Now, in terms of temperatures, which is going to be a major role here, so during the time period of this snowstorm, we are seeing a polar plunge in areas such as North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, and that is what allows for that freezing rain in parts of the South. And just knowing that there is going to be some ice down here, don't expect it to be melting very quickly, especially in southern Tennessee, where you could see that freezing rain persist into Saturday. But overall, in terms of the Northeast, how long are you going to be seeing that snow for? So the low pressure passes right around here, and then you see brutal cold coming in after that until Sunday even. So the snow will be persisting for a while, and that's either good news or bad news for the Northeast, depending on if you're a snow lover or a snow hater. But yeah, this overall Arctic plunge has allowed for freezing rain, snow, sleet, a wintry mess to persist from the foothills of the Rockies down into the south, especially Tennessee, and then up into the Northeast, where wintry precipitation not only will be falling, but could persist multiple days, and that could create a hell of a lot of just overall messiness on the roads and all of that. So that is all the information that I have on this storm for now. Again, check in tomorrow for the Northeast. That will be my final forecast for them. But as of right now, I still want to see what the NAM shows over the next 24 hours to really see what is going on in the Northeast. So don't take this video as the final forecast. Wait for tomorrow, and we will definitely have some semblance of consistency by then. Crossing my fingers. So that is all the information, especially for the South, which is going to be getting impacts today that I have. So if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell. That's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.